Okay, I think this tripod is going to hold in this position, we hope. It's a little bit not out of level, but hopefully that will suffice, because otherwise I'll lose the grip on the tree. So this is the colony that I sometimes call the mud hive because of the colored paint that I used. I used it because it was cheap. This colony came from a late fall swarm. It was late September when I captured it. I think it was September the 24th, if I'm remembering the dates correctly. So they were small and off to a very late start, but I gave them some resources, and they put on, they multiplied rapidly, and obviously you can see from the activity, or at least I hope it comes through. They're looking good. I like the activity that I'm seeing. In fact, earlier I was seeing that it looks like the size of the opening is creating a little bit of a traffic jam. So I am going to try to relieve the pressures of that traffic and give them just a little bit more opening space to play with. Let's see how indulgent they are to me in this. All right, that's going to take the Hive tool, I think, to budge it. Reach in here with that. There we go. All right, so that will open it up so that they can come and go without the traffic congestion. All right. With a little smoke to go in through the entrance. The other thing of interest here, I apparently forgot to tie this down. This is the one that blew over. And I'm not sure when it's been opened since then. But I would have thought that I put all that, I tied the rope back over. I think I did come out here once after that really cold spell. So it was probably me, but I sure thought that I would have tied that back down. Oh well, whatever. Okay, seeing a few dead bees at the bottom. Oh, this colony did tip over on its side. We think from the wind, although it could have been the cattle, during the deep freeze that we had in December. It didn't have ice affecting buildings that time, but what we did have was a lot of a deeper cold. It got down, I think, definitely to 21. I think it might have gotten into the teens, and I didn't do a full inspection, couldn't really see how much we had. And so I left it kind of worried. Came back by once later and saw that we did indeed have what I thought was a viable number. Now I'm going to number these frames. 1, 2, 3, and its new number is 4. It used to be in one of the other hives, so it was numbered 10. I do see, so I've got a feeder full of dried sugar, and quite a few dead bees in that, but also quite a few living bees working it. All right, so let's open it up. So first we're going to look at frame 4. This was a donated frame from the Peterson Garden Hive when I was just trying to make sure that this colony had plenty of the resources that they needed. And I believe that this was pretty close to fully capped honey. And there's still maybe, so I'd say, judging on the basis of a full frame, I don't know, 10%. And they've clearly uncapped a lot of it to consume, which is fine. That's why it's there. And on this say this side is probably still about 30% capped honey, 30% of a full drawn frame. Obviously, this one is not fully drawn. And I handled that frame more clumsily than I intended. And the girls are letting me know they're not fond of that. I saw a sizable population on that frame. I am not disappointed or concerned about that based on that frame. Alright. Frame 3. Frame 3, this was given to them to help them get started when they had no frames. It originally came from a cutout, and they have double layered the silly thing. So eventually I'm going to have to find a way to take this out of circulation and try to get them to draw straight comb, but I'm not going to do that today. I still see probably half a frame of capped honey on that side. Oh, that was clumsy. Sorry, girls. Thank you for your forgiveness. Okay, it looks like this was capped honey, and they're opening it up to consume it. This is probably also a part of their brood cluster. And because it's double framed, there's probably a lot more going on inside that I can't even tell at this point. Now what I'm looking for and not seeing so far is brood. Unless it's in between the two layers, there is none of that here. Girls seem to be quite mild-tempered today. All right, frame 2. This is where I really want to see brood. It doesn't have to be in large numbers, but I want to see some of it. Yes, and this is also a place where they connected. Nope, that looks like it's largely cleaned up now. They connected two of these frames together. I was feeling some resistance to pulling the frame out, and I thought that was this. It was actually, I think, on this side, there's a little snippet of wonky comb here, a little bit down there that I'll probably take out soon. This little bit that I'll take out soon. So now let's take a look at what we've got. Looking here for eggs or brood. There's a little spot in here that might be. So hard, the shadows and the light makes it hard to see. Alright, don't see anything that I can count on being brood here. A little bit of honey at the top, not seeing any obvious pollen. Haven't yet seen the queen, nor have I seen brood, but the bees are not acting temperamental. they tend to get agitated when there is no queen in the hive, so I think she's here. I would be really surprised if the brood were on that end, the little end frame. Oh, here's something interesting. I'm noticing that there are some bees, probably from that first cold snap, when this was laying on its side. There are some bees on this frame that are actually dead, and more of them are falling off as I manipulate the frame. And I think they had dove down into the cells to get warm when the lid wasn't on, and they just couldn't and died at that point. I suppose it is possible that I lost the queen at that point, but again, I'm not showing signs of being queenless, so I'm still going to hope that she's in the interior of that double layer frame. Okay. Alright, so this is frame one. I'll give them a little more smoke. That's very light. There's the queen. All right, I'm happy to see her. So here she is, yellow dot right there. Yellow dot right there. Hopefully I'm getting that in frame. I do not see eggs here, but a lot of bees at the top. No resources on this frame. It looks like maybe they're trying to get it drawn out for her. I'm going to watch her and see if we can see her laying an egg. That would be proof positive. Seeing it. She's not cooperating, she's just moving around. So gently, the other side is not drawn deeply enough. Okay, so conclusions on this hive. They have some honey stores, not an abundance. So, depending on what the weather does these next few weeks, if we don't see flowers coming out quickly, I'm going to try to move as soon as possible from crystal sugar to sugar syrup. All right, now I can see we actually have a lot of dead bees in the bottom. And that, I'm sure, was actually from topple. Something else down there that's interesting. I'm going to try to move these frames to give me room to investigate. I need to bring a little small, I've got a camp style dustpan that I could slide down into the bottom of this, or maybe just a vacuum. And they've got enough dead bees there that I might have to help them clean out. There's something that's red and metallic, and I have no idea what it is. Okay, well, I'm not going to mess with that right now. They definitely have some colony cleanup to do, but I feel like they're in pretty good shape as far as population. Not quite so good a shape in terms of resources, but not awful. And we've seen the queen alive. So population will be pretty important in a few weeks as I start trying to multiply these things quickly and into many new hives. I would say this is going to need some additional frames added soon. Okay, well, good population, a little low on resources. Next steps for this hive will be adding some additional frames for them to build on, and then evaluating what they can contribute when it comes time to split. Alright, so this time I will make sure to tie down the roof, the lid. I think somebody else opened up this box at some point. Not sure why anyone would, but I had more slack at the end of this. Part of it is broken off instead of cut cleanly. So it doesn't matter. All is well. It's tied down now in case of other high winds or cattle disruptions. Not that my little rig could probably stand up to a determined count, but maybe if it's accidentally brushing against it, that will suffice. All right, another sting-free inspection. And now I have to hike out of here because it's too muddy in the field to drive my truck. Thanks for watching.